Everyone ends up with some form of muscle stiffness if they travel for too long. However, people with musculoskeletal disorders, especially neck and back problems, can suffer from pain and stiffness after much shorter periods of time. The information from this video is also available as a free document to download from our website. Positioning your car seat correctly will help manage muscle stiffness and also reduce the impact of existing musculoskeletal disorders. Firstly, push the seat all the way back, then lower it as far as possible. Next, recline the back of the seat to about 30 to 40 degrees and move the steering wheel all the way up and in towards the dashboard. Adjust the height of your seat up until your hips are at least as high as your knees. Make sure you can still see the road and the instruments. Make sure you're not too high, so you need to bend your head down or to the side in order to see. Make sure the back of your knees do not touch the car seat, as this is bad for your knees and your circulation. There should be at least a 2-finger gap between the back of your knee and the front of the seat. Next, adjust the seat forward so you can reach and press all the foot pedals without your back moving away from the back of the seat. Make sure you have a small bend in your knees of at least 20 to 30 degrees. Having your knees too straight can cause knee pain. Your feet should be relaxed with the heels on the floor and the balls of the feet being able to press the pedals. The right foot should be able to move easily between the accelerator and the brake pedal when the heel of the foot is roughly in front of the brake pedal. Tilt the seat cushion until your thighs are supported along the full length of the cushion, without there being pressure at the back of your knees. The seat of your car should allow for your knees to be slightly higher than your hips. This opens up your hip flexors, increases the circulation to your back, and reduces the pressure on your lower back. The least amount of pressure on your back occurs when your seat back is 100 to 110 degrees, so you're slightly reclined. Adjust the depth of your lumbar support by moving it from flat until it comfortably fills the arch of your back. As a general rule, if you sat up straight and pushed your lower back against the flat of a straight chair, the amount of curve you need is equivalent to pushing your hand between your lower back and the back of the chair. If you can't get your hand into the gap comfortably, the curve is too big. And if you can get your forearm into the gap, the curve is too small. Ideally, the lumbar support should just fill the gap. Adjust the support to the correct height by positioning it in the curve of your lower back. The lowest part of the support should be placed at your belt line or at the top of your pelvis. If your car doesn't have lumbar support, you can buy a device that attaches to the back of the seat, creating a curve. Most cars come with adjustable headrests. Ideally, you should be able to adjust both the height and the front to back position. Adjust the height of the headrest so it rests in the middle of your head. To adjust front to back, sit with your head in a neutral position. To do this, first sit upright, then align your earlobe between your collarbone and the neck muscles. The easiest way to check you're doing this correctly is to ask someone to watch you and then correct your position. Alternatively, imagine you're tucking your head in to hold a small ball under your chin. Now adjust your headrest forward until it meets the back of your head. Once you're sitting correctly, adjust your mirrors to give yourself optimal rear visibility. This is vital for both your driving performance and your posture. If you look in the mirror that you've already adjusted and you no longer have optimal rear visibility, your posture has probably moved. If this occurs, correct your posture and sit up straight again. Most cars now come with 3-point seat belts, which are proven to reduce injury in the event of an accident, and some have adjustable seat belts. When fastening your seatbelt, try not to reach for it with the arm on your seatbelt side, as this puts your shoulder into a bad position, known as a closed pack position. Instead, reach across with the opposite arm and turn from your body, not your shoulder. Another consideration when using a seatbelt is to make sure the lap portion goes across your pelvis and not your abdomen, so the belt catches the bones of your pelvis and not your stomach or your internal organs in the event of an accident. This is especially important if you're pregnant. The upper portion of the seat belt should pass over the clavicle and sternum, not the neck or the shoulder, and never under the arm. Placing the belt over the clavicle and sternum passes the stress through the bones rather than soft tissues, helping to reduce twisting in the event of an impact. In cars fitted with an airbag in the steering wheel, a certain distance is required for them to work optimally. Anywhere around 10 to 12 inches or 25 to 30 centimetres is a good minimal distance. A car with both a height and rake steering wheel adjustment is preferable, as you don't need to move the seat from front to back to get the correct arm and shoulder position. When stationary, you should be able to sit with your shoulder blades pressed back into the chair, and with a straight arm, your wrist should be able to bend over the edge of the steering wheel. Then when driving, you should find that you have a bend in your arm of around 120 degrees. Where adjustable, the steering height should allow a clear view of the dashboard, with the palms just lower than the shoulders. An adjustment should also allow you to grip the steering wheel in your preferred position. This is normally described in relation to a clock face. Some people prefer the 9 and 3 position, whilst those people with neck and shoulder problems often prefer the lower 8 and 4 position. The 9 and 3 position does give you the best leverage on the wheel, but it does cause you to use your shoulder and neck muscles more. Try to grip the wheel using mainly your fingers and fingertips, and try to keep the grip as light as possible to combat fatigue. Keep both hands on the wheel as much as possible, as steering with one hand can cause one shoulder to work harder than the other and can result in a twist in the spine. Never hold the steering wheel at the top with one hand. Changing gears on either a manual or an automatic car can affect shoulder and neck problems. If you have a problem on the same side of the gear stick, you may need to adjust the chair to accommodate this. However, this will affect your sitting position. When reaching for the gear stick, try and keep your arm in a neutral position, neither reaching into a straight arm or bending the arm beyond 90 degrees. Many cars still have a manually controlled handbrake or parking brake in the centre console, which people with shoulder and neck problems often find difficult to operate. In this case, cars with foot-operated or electronic parking or handbrakes are a better long-term option. For more videos and guides on stretches and simple exercise movements, visit our website at physiomed.co.uk and navigate to our health and wellbeing section.